In 2021, the Kansas City Chiefs were looking for their second Super Bowl victory in a row, and in the days leading up to the game, all anyone could really talk about was Tom Brady versus Patrick Mahomes, the greatest of all time versus the guy who wants to surpass him. But once the game actually started, the Buccaneers' defensive line were the stars of the show. Patrick Mahomes was sacked 3 times, but pressured on nearly half of his dropbacks according to Pro Football Focus. Mahomes traveled a total of 497 yards trying to evade pressure. And the best part is that the Buccaneers were able to get that pressure with just 4 defensive linemen. The Buccaneers also benefited from having 2 great cornerbacks on rookie contracts, and the Chiefs end up losing 30-9. Fast forward a few years, and the Chiefs are hunting for a three-peat. Andy Reid has transformed his offense from a high-flying, pass-heavy scheme to a grindy ground game that dictates the pace of play. And that strategy works until you run up against a team that just does it better. In Super Bowl 59, the Eagles' defensive line absolutely demolished the Chiefs' offense. Patrick Mahomes was pressured on 38% of his dropbacks, which sounds a little bit better than his game against the Buccaneers, until you realize that the Eagles didn't send a blitz a single time. Never throughout the entire game did they send more than 4 guys to pressure the quarterback. That means on 1 of every 3 pass plays, one of the Eagles' 4 defensive linemen were able to make Mahomes uncomfortable, disrupt the offense's timing, and ruin any hopes the Chiefs had of moving the ball consistently. So let's take a look at the film and let me show you a couple of my favorite plays in the trenches. Alright, on this first clip, the Eagles are going to send what's called a stunt on the left side of the screen. That's where the defensive tackle and the defensive end swap sides. So when Patrick Mahomes feels the defensive tackle wrap around his left side, he does what he's done to a lot of teams effectively. He's going to try to step up and then run out the left side. If he runs out of the left side, then he has a chance to either make a play downfield or just take off with his legs. What instead ends up happening is the defensive end is easily able to shed away from the left guard, and he's in perfect position to make the play. This is something that we saw a lot. Patrick Mahomes tries to do something that he's very good at, which is stepping up and escaping the pocket and making plays downfield. But he never got the opportunity because the defensive line was always in the right position at the right time. In this second clip, we're mostly just going to focus on Jalen Carter and Milton Williams on the interior of the defensive line. Milton Williams is going to attack the outside shoulder of the left guard and pretty much get immediate pressure. Then when Patrick Mahomes tries to shift to his right, Jalen Carter rips through and he's in perfect position again to either step into the passing lane or take down Patrick Mahomes before he's able to do anything. This is a prime example of why it's so important to have interior pass rushers who can really disrupt the offense. It's why guys like Chris Jones, Milton Williams, Jalen Carter are all so valuable to their teams. Now in this final clip, we're going to pay attention to Josh Sweat on the left end. He's in what's called a wide 9 stance. He's all the way out in the middle of nowhere. That way he has a big running lane to get past the left tackle. And so Josh Sweat is going to do what's called speed to power. He's going to get going downfield and he's going to use that forward momentum to try and bull rush through the left tackle. As you can see, Joe Thuney isn't really able to hold up and he gets pushed right back into Patrick Mahomes' lap. Ideally, Patrick Mahomes would have had a little bit more time to kind of set his feet, throw the ball with a little more touch, get it past the linebacker, but instead his throwing motion is disrupted and it causes a turnover. So the blueprint to beat Patrick Mahomes is there. All you need is 4 absolute monsters on the defensive line and 2 elite corners on rookie contracts. If every team could do it, they would, but they can't, so they won't. It pains me to admit how good the Eagles have been at drafting, specifically over the last few years, but it really is the only way to compete with the Chiefs. As long as Patrick Mahomes is healthy, Andy Reid is his play caller, and Steve Spagnuolo is calling the shots on defense, the only way to compete is by nailing every draft pick and investing in the trenches. That's how you beat Patrick Mahomes. And that's going to be it for me today, guys. I hope you all enjoyed. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all that fun YouTube stuff. And follow me on Twitter at SecondReadFB. As always, your support is greatly appreciated. And I will see you in the next one.
Down the middle, on the fly. Touchdown!